Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the Sports Talk Network channel. And here I'll be giving my review, thoughts, and everything that went down here in Star, or went down earlier this morning. Star versus the Force of Evil, a 2-hour movie event, start of season 3, Battle of Mewni. Let's just say, simply was amazing. Tugged on my heartstrings, very emotional, very roller coaster, as I said in my prediction video. And welcome to check that video out whenever you wish to as well. Most of my predictions, I would have to say, didn't come true, but in the end, that doesn't matter. In the end, the show, the episode, the thing in itself was even greater than I thought it would be. Met my expectations, and even with the expectations part, exceeded them. Now, were there any of the out of the box ideas and things that me and my guest brought up during our prediction episode? Did we think those stuff happened, or did that stuff happen? Well, not really either. But it still has some crazy moments, dark moments for sure, during the episode. And there were some moments, especially as we got near the end, where I'm sure some fans were getting triggered because of what was going on, and how things were going for Star, and let's just say the good side, then Toffee and the bad side. Now Toffee is a badass villain. A lot of people actually liked Toffee, enjoyed Toffee, and I thought he was awesome. I enjoyed Toffee just because of his, to be quite honest, his voice, the voice actor, more than his character overall, which may be weird, but it is how I felt about him. But to finally see him go, at least for now, killed off, was a good thing. I would like to get at some point a season, whether it's the final season, season 4, or season 4, or season 5, season 7, whatever season will be the last season of this grand, terrific show, to be a season without any villains, without any lead up to a villain, any planning, and then teasing a big tease cliffhanger at the end of that said season. Actually have a final season, dub it the final season, call it that, promote it that way before that season even starts. Again, whether it's season 4 or whatever the season moves forward, that being the final season of this grand series, Star versus the Forces of Evil, and just have a start of the happily ever after for Star, Marco, and whoever else is technically will be alive at that point. I'm not saying crazy stuff can go down between then, but I'm just saying at that point, after the next villain, I guess, which might be Queen Eclipse, who I don't think is actually evil. I think though she'll have a vendetta against Queen Moon in a way, but not like as evil as Toffee, and her reasoning for whatever she's going to do. Right? I think she wants to right a wrong in a way, but not wanting to destroy the entire butterfly family. Then Toffee did. Toffee gave no F's. He didn't care. He wanted to take over Mewni, be the king. If he could, kill everybody, and just be the one and only. Then again, he would be a king ruling a kingdom with nobody to bend at his whim, because he would have killed them all, right? So there's that side of it, I'm sure, because he would keep people alive to have them serve him. If that was the case. But the point being is Toffee being a different villain, I'm thinking from a Queen Eclipse, which probably will be the next villain, because I do feel she's alive, and I do wonder where we go moving forward to the next, or continuing to the season, as technically this was the start of the new season 3 of Star versus the Forces of Evil. So that being said, and thanks to those that are watching live, I just wanted to give you guys a shout out that are watching live. Welcome to give your thoughts in the live chat. I will read them on air. If you have any questions for me, welcome to ask them. And welcome to like the video, share, and subscribe if you're new here. I was going to do a live reaction of watching it, but one, I was pretty sure that I probably would have gotten a copyright strike for that. I could have done it where I did it for the 2 hours, and then as it's processing and rendering to the channel, as all of my live videos and any video that's live here on YouTube with Google Hangouts or otherwise does that, which is the great thing about doing live videos. It goes right to the channel and process and goes from there. All you have to do is create a thumbnail after it's done rendering. But anyways, the point is I could have done that, doing 2 hours, and then as it's rendering, just delete it myself. Not because I didn't like it or this and that, but you got the people that wanted to watch live during the Central Eastern Time Zone time, this time, at 10 a.m., the 10 a.m. showing of the movie event, for some for people. And then for people on the West Coast or overseas or whatever, where their time difference is major, compared to Central and Eastern, let them watch it on their own with people maybe doing blind reactions in their time zones, sort of thing. And I'm sure those people are staying away from Twitter and social media and even YouTube, I'm sure, until the movie is shown in their area, in their time zone. So I could have done it that way. And I'm sure I would have gotten a lot of traffic on here. Hopefully, I do here for this review. Again, if you are watching live or even archived and you're a big fan of the show, let other people know about me. I do apologize that I'm not on camera, but hopefully at some point soon I will be back on camera doing my videos. But for now, I guess just want to take a break from that, personal reasons. But either way, I still definitely want to keep giving out videos, especially Star Wars Force of Evil, a show that if you haven't watched it before, and if you're just watching this video as a supporter of my channel in general, because I know I have a lot of people here that are subscribers or fellow YouTubers that talk pro football and pro wrestling, I strongly suggest and advise that if you do wish to give a show a chance, even a quote unquote, I'm using the air quotes here, kids show, Star Wars The Force of Evil, along with Gravity Falls, which is now obviously over, but that series as well. But right now it's still ongoing, Star Wars The Force of Evil. Watch from the very beginning, catch up, and then get to the movie and this and that if you wish to, because I really, really, really like to get as many people part of this fandom as I can. I'm sure others part of the fandom are doing the same thing, family, friends, fellow YouTubers, others, whatever, because the show is that great. It deserves to be promoted that hard, just like fans of YouTubers promote that YouTuber to other people, word of mouth and otherwise, or in their own videos, because they're believe that much in that content creator, into that YouTuber. And hopefully one day I will be that YouTuber that people talk about in their own videos. But like I said, Star Wars Force of Evil Season 3 movie event, spot on, Battle for Mewni. Again, if you're watching live or archived and you're a fan of the show, and you let me know what your thoughts were of the movie, what your goods and bads are from it, and welcome to give the video a thumbs up. Definitely helps me out as I'm trying to grow my channel at right now sitting at 120 or 132 as I look here actually at my analytics. 132 subscribers as of right now. So maybe even the fandom of Star Wars Sports People can help me out growing there, because I will keep making videos of Star Wars moving forward as we go now into season numero tres, season 3 of Star Wars. But let's get into the major things of this movie. Writing down some facts here. I have top 10. I'm sorry about that. Top 10 spoiler facts here. Again, spoiler alert for those that have not yet watched the movie itself. Welcome to enjoy it. Spoiler free. So you can stop watching this or any other video out on YouTube until you see it, then come back and give all the videos a like or watch and otherwise. Number one, the fact that Marco took Star's favorite cereal to Mewni just to give him a memory of Earth was cool and cute. Young Moon and River were adorable. They certainly were interesting and highly British. Again, it is like a monarchy. You do have a king and a queen. Disney, though, taking so many breaks and having the commercials so often and pretty much the same publicity of shows and things that are new are coming to the Disney XD channel. And I guess you have to do that part, and might as well. You're going to have so many people watching this, whether it's the original re-airing, especially again, like I said, Central Time Zone, and then the first original airing in the other time zones, this and that. But at least I had there. Queen Eclipse, it was kind of funny, the fact that she's frozen there for hundreds of years, thousands of years, whatever number of years Rambo said, um, before decrystallizing her, to talk with Queen Moon, or Princess Moon at the time, becoming Queen Moon because of her mother's passing away, her mother's death. Talking to Eclipsa, that first thing that Eclipsa wanted was food. It is in a way relatable, but certainly it's kind of just funny, a funny moment, in a funny moment in a serious moment. Like a funny moment within a big serious moment, if that makes sense to those listening. Watching that archive. Glosaric dying. First time that was very surprising to me. I was like, oh shoot, oh snap, SHIT, like dang, crazy that's going now. Glosaric's being killed off. What the heck's gonna happen now? And then you see what happens near the end, but it was more like because of him dying, we're going into a limbo state. And everything being absorbed into Ludo, within Ludo kind of being the wand itself, right? Things always went into Star's wand or could and be kept there. Toffee, which is taking over Ludo, by the time they did, and absorbing other things. The Star went in there, and Rosserick was there, being trapped inside, sort of thing. So killed off in a way, but not exactly. It's kind of like that middle ground, because again, it was like a purgatory area, so to speak, for both of them, for Glosric and Star, that moment. At that time, they're later in the movie near the end. And then I wrote here this funny thing: Levitato, Levitato, Levitato. Ludo loves that spell. Might be the only one who knows, but hey, now he's going to be on the good side. He helped. He technically being the one to finish off Toffee. He didn't do the big heavy hitting, but he was the one that finished him off. That was apropos. That was sweet justice for Ludo. Karma. That was the word I was looking for. Karma for Toffee, for what he did to Ludo and everything. Beautiful. I'm just saying, man, this was awesome there for Ludo to pretty much that finishing that arc of his redemption. Like throughout the movie, I was starting to feel bad for him, even though for most of the series, not, because he was trying to be this big bad villain. Season 1, being this villain that never was taken seriously, but he still was trying to be. Then Toffee happy to come into the picture, taking over. Then season 2, kind of starting that, or seemed like the redemption story, with Toffee taking over this and that, and then getting to this point. Great, right there. Number 7, I have here. It was very non-Marco like. It was kind of annoying to me, but non-Marco like that he left. La Resistance, the resistance behind there, but it is what it is. Star Butterfly and her transformation, that was beautiful, beautiful done scene, by the writers and others that were part of that. A+ for sure. The wand, different, but not as different as I thought it could have been. But still, hey, different wand, different thing. Now in season 3, so there we go. Now, what does this mean? I talked about this in my prediction show with my guest Amy, and we were talking about maybe they might be changing the theme, or not changing the theme, but changing that video there. Because maybe Toffee would be regenerated, or someone killed off, or this and that. Well, during the movie, like this could have just been the intro for the movie itself. That's why, to me, actually, I don't think Disney or Darren FC or others, yes, they were pissed off that it was leaked out, the intro, but they should have known someone was going to leak it. And the fact that it happened, and yes, they were pissed off, but it also, in a roundabout way, gave their show even more press, at least on YouTube, more press and videos of showing it and this and that and whatever. Yes, it also pissed them off, but I think if you know what I'm getting at, in a roundabout way, they could care less. Because, like I said, maybe it was just for this movie event because now we have Toffee killed off. Toffee's not inside Ludo anymore because Toffee got his finger back, which is something else to talk about, which I will. Toffee back to his monster form, back to his body, getting his body back. So Ludo being just Ludo again. So without Spider Bird, so that moment. Eclipse probably escaped by now, and now I think I understand and get with the whole silhouette from the new intro, or from what I think is the quote unquote movie intro for season 3 of Star Wars Force of Evil. So technically it wasn't wrong that it's a new intro for season 3, because season 3 technically started with this movie. If this movie was what I thought it was going to be and be separate between season 2 and season 3, and season 3 starting in September, or in September or sometime then that wouldn't be the case. But you have it this way to make us think, oh, this won't happen in the movie because this part is in the opening or in the new intro, or this and that, which is understandable. Hey, I even brought it up once in my prediction video about that, where I thought something wasn't going to happen or was going to happen because of what's in the new season 3 intro for Star Wars: The Force of Evil. That in my prediction for the movie, that I thought, well, this might happen or this might not happen because of that. And others, I'm sure, thought the same way. So it's understandable. We all were amazing. Another note I had, not even spoiler to the movie in itself, but just holy crap. Like, holy crap is Disney company and their promo people and this and that. They are excellent. They're great. I mean, I'm sure all TV shows are good with their promos for seasons or series and next episodes and, this and that, and, kind of how things are spliced, and it's not exactly in that order or not exactly when you think it is. But holy crap, with the 4 promos, with all the things that we seemed like it was going to be spoiled to us, and like, no more, what the heck? Yes, we do want more, but no, we don't want more. But some of the scenes were not when you thought they were going to be, not about what you thought they were going to be about. And even in our prediction, the biggest one that I still can't get over to right now and probably won't get over for the rest of the summer or forever. Well, I'm sure I'll get over it, but I'll think about it when I'm thinking Star Wars: The Force of Evil is back to this moment and this movie event and that promo about, which was the very first promo, even that craziness in itself, of Toffee saying, "Have you learned nothing?" Yeah, I can't do the Toffee voice, but anyways, have you learned nothing? And in my prediction with Amy, I'll just share this. Spoiler to that video, I guess. That I thought I was going to be in the battle with Toffee against Star and the team. Like, I actually thought that the whole, like I said, Avengers-style team of Star Butterfly, they were all going to show up, all going to be part of a big battle, one versus all, Toffee versus everybody, because he is so powerful. It takes more people on the good side to take Toffee down. That's what I thought was going to happen. So I thought the Have You Learned Nothing was going to be reference to Star about learning from the past of what she tried to do last time when they fought at the end of season 1, that Have You Learned Nothing is not going to work. When in fact, again, like I said, gosh darn it, I loved it and hated it, that the Have You Learned Nothing was literally a part of a flashback, first off, so it was in the past, to then Princess Moon, interaction there, while Princess Moon was about to use magic, and Toffee saying, "Have you learned nothing?" of what Queen Moon, or Princess Moon at the time, literally just saw right before, meaning of the monster showing, or roster core, actually, that was interesting, roster core, and other monster, but roster core showing that, hey, he can grow his arm back, they're, invincible, try your best magic kind of thing, because Princess Moon was going to do that, and then Toffee's like, "Have you learned nothing?" because Princess Moon was about to use magic on him. And Toffee's like, okay. And even while Princess Moon is saying this darkness about Toffee wasn't even scared at all. For someone who's as smart as Toffee was and is, past and present day, you would think he would have realized, oh crap, this is different. Especially with the whole lightning and dark stuff coming over and the wand getting that ooze over that we saw in the promo. Um, and that happening. And the reason why his Toffee's finger was cut off and not him totally destroyed, which the spell was supposed to do to Toffee entirely, was not because Queen Moon was apprehensive of doing it. It was because, at least it seemed like, when the actual spell was going to come out of the wand, at least to me it seemed like she was waiting for it, and then it finally did, and it went to his finger, then to his heart, or to his body, to the body, to then destroy him altogether. At least to me, that's the way it seemed. But that was what I'm always going to remember in Star Wars: The Force of Evil, besides the whole entire show itself, obviously, when we get to the series finale, again, whether that's the end of season 4, end of season 12, or end of whatever season that is, I'm going to always remember that very first promo for Battle for Mewni and how that got me. Have You Learned Nothing by Toffee Joyce, or by Toffee, throwing me so much off and what it actually in the end was in the movie. Yeah, I know it might be weird or crazy that that's the one thing out of all the things of the whole entire series I'm going to remember at that point. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be. And it pretty sure was interesting. Hey, what's up, Palmer? Hope all is well. Welcome to like the video. Your other channels on here are welcome to like the video too. It helps for this video specifically, and for the channel overall, totally. So muchas gracias for being here. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, it was a roller coaster of emotion. We have kind of in the way that we thought of the sequential order, how things were going, or how the movie would go with the episodes. I actually didn't know the actual names of all the episodes that were happening. I remember specifically of the one that's called just simply Toffee. I think there was another one that was called King Ludo. But either way, it was great. And it was kind of cool seeing Marco when he arrived to Mewni, the interaction there. Loveberry in the argument. They were talking about Core. Remember that was part of the promo and how it was shown in the movie. I'll just put it that way. But again, all overall looks good. And also, when Star transformed and everything, it went back. Showed a picture of at the I'm trying to think of, or at that place that Star and Queen Moon were. Of how it actually was showing Hekapu, Rambus, being, seems like slowly being regenerated, being relieved, and coming back to life. So they might be back. The Magical High Commission may be back. That being a tease into the continuance of season 3, whenever season 3 does continue. Hopefully it's not too long of a break, since this movie is the start of the season. Again, this is kind of why I wanted the movie not to start the season, because then it would be more okay with me individually, and I'm sure more of the fandom and the Star Wars: The Force of Evil universe, to be able to wait a month or 2 months till the continuation, or till the start of the season, if this movie was just the in-between, the whetting your appetite of getting something between season 2 and season 3, this being the big movie, being a movie event, or period, just being called the Star Wars movie, and having that between 2 and 3. I have a funny feeling, though. Now, don't quote me on this, and I might be wrong, but I have a feeling that the finale of the series obviously will be its finale of the TV series itself, but then maybe a month later or whatever so later, there will be a final Star Wars: The Force of Evil movie. There'll be a second movie. There'll be 2 movies, or 2 movie events in the series. do believe that to be true. Whether it's a movie heading into the finale season or whether it's after the finale of the series on television and then it's just a tying the bow on all the storylines and starting the happily ever after for Star Marco and others. However, whatever, I do feel that's going to be the case, and there will be a second Star Wars The Force of Evil movie event. But we'll certainly see if that is the case. But again, to those watching live and archive, would like the video if you are a fan of the show Star Versus. If you enjoy Battle for Mewni, and I certainly enjoy every single moment of it. Bud Frog and Queen Moon interaction when they were there, that little tense interaction about how each of them saw, or the game, actually the board game first. It was kind of pissed on Queen Moon about how she was being represented and this and that, and everybody, but them both wanting the same thing, being there for their children, but doing it in a different way, being on the other side, quote unquote, a monster and a mutant. So it was different. And it is different. So I think I covered everything. Again, Toffee being finished off by Ludo at the end. And everything seemed to be, of course, the new end credit and the end credit music. It's all right. I'm okay with it. I just will miss the one that we had in the last two seasons. Because I got used to it and I really did enjoy it. But the fact that if you're going to be on Mewni, you're going to have the show's going to be primarily in Mewni for the most of all of season 3. Then, all right, I'm sure there'll be some scenes this season 1, and we start off back at the Diaz house, starting off the movie. But again, I'm sure there's a lot that I'm missing out. But I just as of right now talking about it and getting my raw core thoughts here of everything. Just amazing. Loved it. I can't wait for season 2 to continue. Also, find out on Monday, they'll have a video chat with Marco Diaz, Star Butterfly, the voice actors there playing the characters and those things, and actually having a sneak peek to the continuation of season 3, kind of like a whole entire series or season promo there for the rest of season 3 and what might be going on and things and this and that. So I look forward to that as well. I might even do a video about that specifically, but as of right now, I'm pretty much done talking about the movie, and I plan to rewatch it for as many times it'll be shown on Disney XD, and maybe even when it's shown once in a while on Disney Channel. But either way, thanks to those watching live. Thanks to Darren and Epstein for giving this show to us. And I look forward to things moving on. If Darren does see this, or anybody that has to do with Star Wars Force of Evil, I appreciate it. Thank you, and welcome to like the video and to leave a comment so I know. But in the end, I'll never know if any of them see it, and I'm okay with that because I want to be here talking with the fellow fans of the show Star Wars Force of Evil, and I can't ask for more than that. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend, great Saturday. It's nice and sunny here, here in Wisconsin. So hopefully weather is well where you are, and hopefully your Saturday is awesome. And let's keep having a great day and a great weekend. But above all else, and as always, take care.